Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 18th of March 2025. So stocks squeeze higher as soft data slumps and dollar dumps. The last 2 days have seen biggest short squeeze since last July. No surprise there. We looked at the volumes yesterday, how they were dropping off in the down move. So that's indicative of the market turning around and moving back up. US stocks continue to rebound after recent rout. And finally, stocks bid with dollar and yen sold in risk on trade. Economic news for today, we've just got the German ZEW economic sentiment that's out, so it's down to geopolitics today and Trump's tariffs to move the markets. Right, so we'll look at this squeeze from yesterday and kick off with the Dow. And in the Dow, you can see that we had the market moving up yesterday, closing above the 5-bar moving average, which is why the price bar has turned green. Overnight, though, price is sideways to lower. As I mentioned in yesterday's alert, we've seen a decline in the volumes over the last 4 or 5 days of last week. And you can see there, once you get that drop off in volume, you know the selling is over. And that, well, for the time being anyway, there's nothing to stop the market coming back and actually doing this, which is to retest 89% or 78% of the previous move. So that's more than plausible to build a base before then starting to make its way back up to where it was before. They're not going to let the market fall out of bed, that's for certain, just as much as they're not going to let silver go above $50 an ounce either. So let's have a look at the 30-minute charts. They've got full control of these markets despite what it appears to be. You can see yesterday that the market moving up sharply to the upside, then blowing out there at around 4:30ish, and then the evening just drifting lower and overnight as well down to the DP level there. So yeah, it's interesting though to see this bar because we have got what looks like profit taking, which is probably why we saw the market moving lower, the big spike in volume. So look at the German DAX. Well, nothing stopping Germany from moving back up. It's had a very short 89% retracement, and now it's making its way back to the upside. It's just got to take out the 89 now and then the all-time high. You can expect that this week with the FOMC meeting minutes. So the DAX continues to make new all-time highs and will continue to do so despite a dire economy. Again, just to show that how much these markets are actually rigged. So sideways yesterday, Dow kicks off and the DAX just says thank you very much, that's just what we were looking for, and now it's just a matter of getting through yesterday's high and then on to, as I've just mentioned, the all-time high at 23,478 once again for the German DAX. In the S&P 500, we've now got two green bars above the 5-bar moving average. I got a big drop off in the volume there. Selling's disappeared. Market momentum's changing. Again, just be mindful of the fact that we could get a bit of a retracement there. So we'll draw these fibs on just in case there's something mentioned or another war breaks out. Heard about rumours of Iran as well, of course, over the weekend. And the 30-minute chart, again, you'll see that a lot of the activity was in the cash market. Pull back to the DP overnight, and market needs to get above the 20-bar moving average close and high. It's got a long way to go to get back to that all-time high of 6147 at the moment. Meanwhile, in the UK, similar to what we just saw there, two green bars and heading higher again. Despite benefit cuts and an absolute disgrace of what you could call a Prime Minister in this country and Chancellor as well, Rachel from Accounts. But the market wanting to move up there at the moment, 62 has got to be taken out in order to get back to the all-time high there of 8910, 9,000 no doubt on the cards as well. Now we've had this bit of a shakeout, needed it, and time to move back to the all-time highs. Again, you can see that a huge volume there, market sideways, and then breaks out, more volume to watch and also see. There you can see how it drops off, and then as we break out we get some selling pressure coming into the market in the bars with the S's on, and then the market then starts to struggle a bit at the top there at that the pivot R1, and then sideways overnight, but now heading back to the highs. Just a matter of time before we get back to the all-time high, as I say, of 8910 there. Right, let's have a look at the US dollar. It looks like we're in for a bit of a squeeze on this as well at this 103 level, so don't be surprised if you see a spike in the dollar and the metals being moved lower despite what's happening there. So at the moment, dollar looks like it's going to be heading higher and not lower. It would have broken this already with gold moving through $3,000 yesterday and staying above. So let's have a look at that. So first off, silver, it was down earlier on in the session, got hammered, but it's making its way back. Given where gold is and the price of silver, it's really struggling to move higher. I see all sorts of YouTube videos saying it's going to go 100 times X. I'm not being pessimistic. I've just been here for 30 years looking at this, and it's not. Not in the next 3 months or anything like that. It might do at some point when I'm 150. But at the moment, not a chance, as can be seen here. It's starting to move higher. I mean, it's a matter of whether it can actually get through the 34.85 or more so if it's allowed to get through this level. It's moving up, but no great shakes there, and I don't see it making $50 at all this year, let alone trying to get through 34 at the moment is going to be a struggle and actually hold 34.85, so 50 is way off. Given how much gold's moved, to even struggle to get through 34.85, which happened in October, is an absolute joke, and it's again goes to show the suppression of the metal. I'll confirm that in a minute with the gold-silver ratio. Speaking of gold, the market's put in a new all-time high overnight, so we're at 3,017. This will continue, not a problem. You can see there with the volume as well how the market gained its impetus. Interesting bar there, but the market saw the buying come back in after the selling, and it's now driving higher. But it's going to take a lot more than that to drag the price of silver higher. Yesterday we were up and then we got hammered down. In fact, I missed that in the silver market, didn't I? I just want to go back to that. There's the smash. They can't help themselves if they seize the opportunity, but some buying came in, move the market back. They'll just do whatever they can to pound the price of silver lower. But going back to the 30 minutes in the gold market, you can see there that again they tried to smash the price of that. It came down to Friday's close. The market's moved higher. Bit of a smash down there to the R1 as well, but they've brought back this market, and also there's a bit of selling there in this bar. But again, trying to move back to the upside. But don't be surprised if they come in and pound these markets to try and force them slightly lower there. Let's have a look at the gold-silver ratio. So, yeah, I mean, it's as I mentioned yesterday, it's as plain as day. The market's got this support in the gold-silver ratio. It's just a matter of making its way back up to 92 and then through this level as silver gets further pressure to the downside as the manipulation continues there unabatedly. So let's have a look at yesterday's trades. So yesterday was very choppy just in the pre-market session with decent volatility of 60 to 70 points, diminishing as we got closer to the cash market opening. But you'll see when we kicked off it was wild. We had that short, it was filled, and then they reversed it straight away. Very, very choppy yesterday for this market until it managed to break out, as you can see there. So the first opening salvo, very, very choppy indeed. But also notice the detail here that the market very supportive on this area, because if you look back to the left, you've got support there and support there as well. So prices moving higher, and then we had another potential buy which also lost as well, but then the short side moved nicely down there all the way back down to the support where the market obviously found support. We had it there, we had it further to the left, so no surprise there. So these are good areas within which to consider taking profits when the market comes down to these levels. And then we get the bounce back all the way up to Friday's high, and mid-morning still sideways to higher, and then into the afternoon, of course, the Dow just taking off like a rocket, and there you can see prices going straight through the high and then becoming sideways with the Dow there. Another potential buy signal that wasn't filled, and then the market moving back to the upside there, and then into the evening when prices remained on the highs. So overnight, quick look, we can see that we're currently short of the high, but we know the market's heading back up to that level because now it's the correction's over in the daily chart, which we've looked at in more detail. So it's a minor shakeout as far as this one is concerned. Again, coming back to that support, it's just a matter of breaking out, isn't it? Now, if we just draw that across there, you can see we've been in a bit of a sideways, but ready to break to the upside. So yeah, in the 2-minute chart, so we've got the DP down here. We're above the 2 averages. We need to get back above the 200 MA there, and then we're free to head to the close, and then of course up to the high of yesterday as well. Okay, that's it for this one. A quick roundup of where we are. Geopolitical events today. Nothing to report as far as major economic news, but that's tomorrow night with the FOMC meeting minutes. So with that, watch for geopolitical events and news items during today. Okay, have a great day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.